Welcome back, you lovely weirdos. It's your number one bad Asian coming to you again with another one of these episodes showcasing to you the best young high potential players you should be buying in career mode in FIFA 18. That was a mouthful. So I've done a general one, then I went and specialized in the strikers, and you guys went ahead and had a vote on what position you would like me to go over next, and overwhelmingly it is the sexy wingers. Young, spruce, and spry. And this time I've condensed it down. I felt like in the last one 14 was too many. Goddamn episode was like almost like half an hour long. So this time we're doing the top 10 best young wingers that you can go ahead and grab in career mode, and I got all types for all different types of people. So we got the highest of the high end, the most expensive guys for you Real Madrid players, and then I got people who are all the way down underneath $1 million for you road to glory guys, and everything in between. That goes ahead and gets your nipples hard, then go ahead, smush your nipples. Run to that like button right now and subscribe for more FIFA 18 content. Now, another preface is, since I could only fit in 10, I left off a lot of big names that you guys already know. You know, names like Lamar and Martial. You guys know they're going to be really good. And instead, you know, I went for guys who are a little bit more interesting, maybe a little bit lesser known. And that is kind of what career mode is all about, finding some hidden gems. So without further ado, let us begin with the creme de la creme. I know technically he recently changed over to a cam listing, but primarily he was used as a winger. At least he was listed as a winger last season, and that is Real Madrid's Marko Ascencio. A very, very famed story about this. He could have been Barcelona's for like 4 million or something, but instead Real Madrid snapped him up, and now he has absolutely, look at the value. Just look at from 4 million to 40 million at the start of career mode. He's already 84 overall at the age of 21, and yeah, we're gonna go really quickly over what they are at the start, and then we'll show you them at their full potential about 4 to 5 years in the future. Ascencio has the highest potential of any player on this list at 92. Next up is the golden boy of Manchester United. It is Marcus Rashford. Technically, he's kind of a striker too, so it's a little bit of cheating, but he does have eligibility on both wings. 19 years of age, 81 overall, and 23.5 million to go ahead and start off. And he has a potential of 90. Next up is Have Ertz. I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. I believe he's over in the Bundesliga at Bayer Leverkusen. If I'm mistaken, go ahead and correct me in the comment section. Starts at 73 overall, so he's one of the cheaper options you can get here. 70 million, he's about a mid-range purchase and starts out at a 73. Can also play the right mid, cam, and center forward positions for an 18-year-old. Big thing about him, though, is that his potential is 88. He's one of the better growers on this list. One of the most hyped young Brazilians to come out since Neymar, Malcolm, who plays I think over at Bordeaux at Ligue 1, starts out at an 81, age 20, right wing, right mid, and he is only a hair less expensive than Rashford, 22 million, and he has a massive potential as well of 88. Next up is the little Argentine Ezekiel Barco. As you can see, starts out at a 72 and can grow to a massive 90 potential. Yes, he has potential equal to Rashford, and his value to start off with is 5.5 million. One of the best buys you can get in career mode this year. Also offers you a little bit of versatility as he can play center mid. You can find him in the Argentinian league. I'm not totally sure what the team is, but just go ahead, look up Barco, and you should be able to find him. Next up is for my road to glory homies. This man is gonna start out under $1 million, 700K to go ahead and purchase Jadon Sancho. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing this name. And he is English, starts out at 63, is over at Borussia Dortmund, can play both of the wings, 17 years of age. But when he is fully grown to his max potential, he can reach up to 86. Next up is the youngster from Scotland, Oliver Burke. Now, this 20-year-old starts out at a 70 and only reaches one of the lower end potentials that I'm going to be listing today here at 84. But the big thing is, he's nice and cheap. He's only 3.5 million. And the biggest thing that I'm going to show about you is something that I can't even show you in the squad hub because FIFA doesn't allow you to show strength. You should take a look at his physicals out of the box. 70 rated overall, Oliver Burke has 85 acceleration, 94 sprint speed, and 79 strength. You can only imagine when he reaches his potential of 84, how freaking beastly this dude is gonna be. Let's go ahead and take a look. He's 6'2". You got a monster out there on the wing. Can also play a little bit of striker. 3-star, 3-star. All right, next up is the youngster from Chelsea, and that is Charlie Musonda. It's a 76 overall and can reach a potential of 86. So once again, a growth of 20, nothing to shake a stick at. But this is the biggest thing that I want to show you right here. This is why you would want to get him. He is one of a select few people in the game that have 5-star skill moves and 5-star weak foot. So while his potential might not be the highest, his utility might be higher than anyone else on this list. Now he is in about the mid-range, starts out at 11 million, but if you're a guy who does like the skills, and skilling is a bit more effective up against the CPU this year, then this is your man. And next up is a guy who plays for the team that we're on right now, Watford, and that is the Brazilian Richarlison. What's nice about him is he offers you a variety of positions he can play: center forward, right mid, left mid, and cam, and he's relatively cheap, starting out at a 73 and a value of 6.5 million. When fully evolved into his Pokemon form, he'll go ahead and get you 85 potential. And last up is another cheapie from España, Jordi Moolah. Another youngster from the football factory known as AS Monaco. You know that he's going to have very nice potential. In fact, he gets all the way up to an 85 at 1.6 million. He's one of the better steals that you can get at right mid in the game. And what's nice about him is the same reason why I liked Oliver Burke. He's got a pretty high strength rating for a winger, and he's also 6 foot tall, so he's one of those guys. Also, I wanted to throw in one more in here, and that's St Maximino. Starts out at 76 and is 10 million. I know this is 1 over 10, but he's one of my personal favorites to use in career mode, so just thought I'd just sprinkle him. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take Watford and we're going to sim it forward 4 seasons into the Premier League and see how these boys develop. I'm not going to do any of that training or whatnot, just going to be a pure sim, and then you can see the raw stats. Until then, let's go ahead, take it away, Joey Wheeler.
Go time wizard!
Alright, we're on June of 2022. I did a lot of simming, alright? It took a really long time. Please go ahead, hit the like button, because I sacrificed part of my life so that you could have good career mode goodness. Well, let's go ahead. Let's check out our youngsters fully grown. Alright, starting off, much like we did the last time, Marko Ascencio got up to his full potential of 92 at the age of 26, man is 5'11", 160 pounds, and he's now one of the world's best. Yeah, to be expected. If you want to take a look at his attributes, he's got 90 pace, 87 shooting, 90 passing, 92 dribbling, and 63 physical. 3-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. Let's see if he has any traits in particular. Takes finesse free kicks and long shot taker. Yeah, he's got a nice long shot on him. And as you can see right here, his value is 95 million. So originally you had to pay, around 42 was his original value. Pretty good profit margin. Next up is Marcus Rashford. He too also reached his full potential of 90 at the age of 24. He is 6'1", right-footed, and also one of the world's best. Let's take a look at his attributes and what he got to. 98 pace, 87 shooting, 82 passing, 92 dribbling, and 77 physical. 4-star skill moves and 4-star weak foot. See if he has any traits. He has the flair trait and financial. At the age of 24, he is worth 74.5 million. All right, next up is Have Ertz. He reached an 85 overall, which is not his full potential of 88, but it's important to note that he is only still 22, so he's probably continued to grow over the course of the next years as we continue to sim. 6'1", so he's a rather tall guy, left-footed. Interesting. And we go ahead and take a look at his attributes. 82 pace, 71 shooting, 84 passing, and 87 dribbling, 61 physical, 4-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot. In fact, if you take a look at it, he might be better suited playing definitely better suited at playing the cam, as he has 92 long passing and 93 short passing. Financial though, at the age of 22, he's gone up to a value of 43 million. Next up is the Brazilian from Bordeaux, Malcolm, who did reach his full potential of 88 by the age of 25. He's 5'7", so one of the shorter wingers, left-footed, and has that something special, which means he usually has the flair trait. Let's take a look at his attributes. He's got 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, a bunch of traits, 90 pace, 87 shooting, 85 passing, and 91 dribbling, along with 63 physical. Let's go into his traits that he possesses. Flair, set play specialist, and takes finesse free kicks. Interesting. I don't think I've even seen set play specialist before. And financially, he grew to a value of 56.5 million. Next up is the young Argentinian Ezekiel Barco. At the age of 23, only got up to an 86 overall. His potential, remember, was a monstrous 90, so he's still 4 points away, still growing. 5'6", he's a very diminutive guy, but so is, another Argentinian that, what's his name? He's like the best player in the world. Anyway, let's continue on to his attributes. 96 pace, 77 shooting, 81 passing, and 91 dribbling. He is a trickster indeed. 4-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot. Let's take a look at his traits over here. Finesse shot, technical dribbler, and finesse free kicks. And with those stats and with that height combined, being 5'6" and having that acceleration, that sprint speed, and that agility, all combines into someone who's nearly unstoppable if you're trying to tackle them. At the age of 23, he's gotten up to 51 million, and that is definitely going to climb once he eventually reaches his 90 potential. Young Jadon Sancho only got up to an 80. His full potential is 86. But the biggest thing to note is I think he was the youngest player on this list, which means players tend to peak at around 24, 26. So he is going to go ahead and continue to level up, if you will. 18 and a million at the end of this run. And we go ahead and take a look at his status. He's 5'10", so he's about medium height. He's got medium work rates. And we go ahead and take a look at his attributes. He's quite pacey, 87 pace, 72 shooting, 73 passing, 89 dribbling, 4-star skill moves. No traits. Now, while he might not have as much pizzazz as a couple of other guys you just saw, you also got to remember, he was only 700k when you first started out. So he is definitely, a different tier of talent. Oliver Burke got up to an 80, also did not reach his full potential of 84, and I think primarily that is because he didn't get enough play time. There was a lot of good stiff competition there. He is 25, so I think if you actually did play him, more consistently, he would have gotten up to the 84. 6'2", though. Let's go ahead and take a look at his attributes. 99 pace, 70 passing, 72 shooting, 79 dribbling, and 72 physical. Thought his physical might be a little bit higher. Let's go ahead and check out his value, which is 17 million. When we first found him, he was worth 3.9 million, so good return on investment. And let's go ahead, let's check over at his strength stats. So you guys didn't know, you can't see strength while you're in the squad hub this year. Alright, a little bit disappointing. I'm not gonna lie. When we first found him, he was 79 in the strength, and he only went up by 1 strength over the past, like 4 to 5 years. So, you take the good. He is extremely fast, though. You see it, 98 acceleration, 99 sprint speed. But, when you start at 79 strength, you hope for something more. Next up is the Chelsea boy, Charlie Musonda. The young Belgian got up to an 85, which is, right around his potential. I think he's 86-ish potential, if I remember correctly. At the age of 25, he played right mid, left mid, and is 5'8". Let's go ahead, let's take a look at his attributes. 95 pace, 72 shooting, 80 passing, and 91 dribbling. He's got a couple of traits as well, flair and technical dribbler. And financials, when we first met young Musonda, he was 12.5 million, and now he has grown to 40.5 million. Very, very nice. And remember the big thing about him, 5-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot. With 85 overall, he'll probably perform better than a lot of 90+ players in career mode. Next up is the guy from Watford, and that is Richarlison. He got up to an 84. His potential is 85, so he's only 1 off of that. 5'11", so one of the taller wingers on here. And we go ahead and take a look at his attributes. Oh, he also has a 5-star weak foot. I knew there was something special about this young Brazilian. 5-star weak foot drastically increases the utility of your players. The reason why Heung-min Son was so good last year in Ultimate Team and in career mode is that 5-star weak foot. And in Richarlison, you have found another type of, that type of player. And as you can see, 90 pace, 81 shooting, 86 dribbling, and look at that, 92 finishing with a 5-star weak foot. That could be the difference sometimes between you winning and losing in this game. Financials, when we met young Richarlison, he was only about like 6.5 million, and now he's gone up all the way to 32.5 million. Next is the Spaniard Jordi and Moolah. He got up to an 81, but his potential is 85. He was one of the younger players on this list, though, so hopefully he can reach that high-end potential of his. 6 foot tall, so he's one of the bigger boys on here. Medium work rates. Let's take a look at his attributes. 94 pace, 77 shooting, 72 passing, 82 dribbling, and 68 physical. He's got a 4-star skill moves as well as 3-star weak foot. Can also play a bit at the striker position. And when we first met him, remember, one of the cheaper guys here, 1.9 million, and is now worth 20.5 million. A little bit of a bonus, St Maximino, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. As you can see, the young Frenchman got up to an 84. I think his high-end potential is about 85, 86. He's 5'8". If we go ahead and take a look at his attributes, 97 pace, 74 shooting, 73 passing, and 91 dribbling. He's a dribbling fiend. Skill moves, 4. Weak foot, 4. And if we go ahead and take a look at his traits, flair, technical dribbler, and he's got 99 sprint speed, 95 acceleration, 91 agility, and 89 balance. Very, very sexy indeed. I think when we first started out, he was around like 11 million, and now his value is up to 30 million. And yeah, that is pretty much the top 10/11 interesting, best young, cheap, expensive, great, high potential, all the good superlatives, wingers that you should be buying in career mode. If you did enjoy, go ahead, smash that like button with your nipples. Go ahead, vote up in the other thing is right now. What position would you like me to go ahead and scout out next? Because I am a man of the people. If you want to go ahead also and check out the previous video where we went ahead and looked over the best young strikers you could be buying in career mode, go ahead and click down here. And if you want to check out something different, something new, something special, I have a series for you. It is called Squirtle Squad Battles. If you want to check out something a little bit different on the FIFA Ultimate scene, go ahead and click over here. James Poos. It is a doozy. But anyway, my name is B Monos. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. Remember to stay yourself, stay humble, and be weird. And every single day, the Fat Asian Nation, it grows. Fata!